The Sacramento Kings have just finished up their third preseason game, and I'm starting to get a bit nervous. The first game against the Warriors was a loss, which is somewhat understandable, right? All these guys are coming back from the offseason. They're trying to get adjusted to playing with each other when you have DeMar-DeRozan in there. And also, a lot of the guys that played in this game were just like third string or bench players, right? We saw way too much of Jalen McDaniels. Thank God we don't have to go through that ever again. But it was somewhat understandable that we lost the game, right? It's just preseason after all. Even though the second game was also a loss, it was still a bit closer than the first one. And also, like the first game, it's just preseason, right? Nothing to get over dramatic or too scared about, because a lot of these guys that are playing won't really be playing in the big games, the regular season games, the playoff games, whatever it is. Well, this third game that they just played against the Portland Trail Blazers has actually started to freak me out a little bit. Now, I do want to make a pretty huge disclaimer, like a very big disclaimer here, by saying that I understand it's just the preseason. The Sacramento Kings can get blown out by 50 points every single game in the preseason, and they could still have a very, successful year. The preseason doesn't really tell you much. That being said, because it's the preseason, we will be overreacting to every single thing. So let's just go ahead and start off specifically with this Trailblazers game, because I went into this game thinking we are going to see more from the starting five. We are going to see more DeMar DeRozan, more De'Aaron Fox, more Sabonis, more Keegan Murray, more Keon Ellis. Malik Monk is back as well after leaving for personal reasons. Like, I thought we were going to see more of them, and we did. What I also thought was that we were going to see them play in the fourth quarter, but they were getting their backs blown out so damn hard that they had no reason in even being in the game. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here, because there were some positives to this game. Like, let's just go ahead and talk about the pace that they were playing with. During training camp, one of the big notes and kind of big points to look out for was the pace that the Kings were going to be playing with them running around all training camp and all practice, really working on their transition game, finding each other in the transition, just playing fast offense. And I'm not going to say that we didn't see that in the first two games against the Warriors, but in this game against the Trailblazers specifically, oh my God, it was everywhere. I mean, we are talking like NBA 2K rec type of plays right here, where you have Keon Ellis just bolting down the floor and Sabonis just throwing an absolute quarterback Patrick Mahomes pass down to Keon, or whoever it was, down leaking out onto the other side of the court. That was a lot of fun to watch. They started this game by making like 20-something points in the fast break when the Trailblazers had none. Like, the first half of this game was pretty good. Was it a little bit too close for my liking? Yes. But things were looking good. Unfortunately, though, when you play with that pace, when you're always passing the ball, when you're always playing at 100% speed, it is going to come with turnovers. This isn't just a Sacramento Kings thing. This is something that you see across the league. With all these fast-paced teams, you kind of adjust. They might have a high turnover rate, but they make a lot of points on the fast break and they get easy points, so it's okay. Well, in this game, it wasn't just normal turnovers. It wasn't like Sabonis passed the ball down the court and, it got intercepted by someone, or maybe a deflection or whatever. These were just stupid fucking turnovers. Like, just watch this one. Just watch this De'Aaron Fox pass to I forgot who. This is the shit that I'm saying right here, where it's like the dumbest turnovers of all time. And these are things that don't stress me out when it comes to like what we're going to see in the regular season, because it's just signs that this was a sloppy game, I guess. But then there's the fouls. De'Aaron Fox had 5 fouls going into halftime. And then you see this one foul from Keon Ellis fouling the three-point shot right before, I think it was halftime, or before the third quarter ended, one of the two. And what I will say, one of the highlights that I do like about this is how DeMar DeRozan was kind of, there immediately as like the vet, really telling Keon like, yo, you're okay, you're fine, let's go, let's keep on going. I did really enjoy that, but God damn, they were fouling every fucking shot. It wasn't just offense, it was defense as well. I mean, those were the two big things. And then later on in the game, we're talking second half type of stuff here. You start to kind of see the Trailblazers also pick up their pace and also kind of break down the Sacramento Kings on transition, offense for them. It just felt like every single time the Kings had the ball, it was going to end in a turnover or a foul. And if it wasn't going to end like that, then it was because they were on a fast break, half-court pass to get a free, 2 points. Another thing about this Kings team so far in the preseason is that they have been terrible three-point shooters. Like, terrible. At least in the first game and in this one, I wasn't able to watch their second one against the Warriors because it was my birthday. Thank you guys for commenting happy birthday down below. In their first game against the Golden State Warriors, they shot 7 for 27. Once again, understandable. A lot of bench players, role players, G League guys playing in this game. So, maybe they missed some threes. Well, in game 2, kind of the same situation, but a bit more playing time for our starting guys here. They shot 13 for 46. And in this game, ladies and gentlemen, this might be an all-time record. 5 for 28 from 3. And it's not even like the Trailblazers really were shooting that much. They made only 14 of them. But when you're shooting 5 for 28 from 3, you're going to lose the game. This is one of the things that a lot of people were skeptical about when they saw that DeMar-DeRozan was traded to the Kings. They were saying, you know, he's not that big of a three-point shooter, so your spacing, you know, you're going to be clogged up in the paint, because De'Aaron Fox is dominant in the mid-range. So is DeMar DeRozan. So is Domantas Sabonis. So you have all those guys in the paint. You know, I'm sitting here going, nah, we're good. We're good, because De'Aaron Fox can shoot the three. Sabonis is getting a lot more three attempts for some reason this year. Maybe he's going to pick it up. I don't know. DeMar DeRozan can shoot the three. Does he do it all the time? Is he always going to be, you know, picking up from fucking half court? No. But he can shoot the three. Keon Ellis is a great three-point shooter, and Keegan Murray is one of the best young three-point shooters that they have. So I didn't think that this was going to be a problem, nor have I really noticed any spacing issues. I think everything has really been fine when it comes to that stuff. But in this game, they just couldn't buy a basket. They could not buy a basket, and it's not only the three-point shots. We're talking easy layups. We're talking running to the basket and just literally tapping it in, and you just can't do it. It was probably the worst preseason game, and really any basketball game that I've seen to start this season so far in general. This was just absolutely atrocious, and I see a lot of people being kind of scared about it. Is this something that we should be worried about, that the Kings are not playing good for their first 3 preseason games? We just made this huge move for DeMar DeRozan, and we're not dominating like everyone thought we would, or at least all the fans thought that they would, right? And to the people who are thinking that way, because I myself, I'm a doomer. If you watch my channel, if you watch some of my videos, especially Sacramento Kings videos, you will see me just say, it's over. I just throw in the towel. I'm done. I quit. This is over. I can't believe it. This team sucks. Maybe next year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling okay. I don't know if it's because, you know, how much cope I have with me right now, because I do not want to actually face the fact of us being bad for another season when we just went all in with DeMar DeRozan. Jordan McLaughlin right here went 4 for 6, 2 for 3 from 3. That's a great sign. I love to see him play. He was also very good defensively as well. Obviously, he can only do so much with his size when he's being switched onto bigger, you know, offensive players. But he was there. He was feisty. He was running around the court. He was actually hitting the threes that we had. I mean, shit, he made basically half the fucking threes that we made the entire game. So that's a good sign. Keegan Murray has been aggressive offensively and also defensively. I think he got 5 steals on one of the last Warriors preseason games. He ended this one with 2 steals. I'm happy about that. If he can run into passing lanes and get the deflections and do whatever, I love that for him. He was very aggressive offensively. Like, there are small things to take away from these games. Once again, it is preseason, and I am the biggest overreactor there is. So if I'm not freaking out, then you guys shouldn't either. Is it a little bit scary and a bit sad that the Sacramento Kings, when playing a lot of their starters for the entire game, lost to a Portland Trailblazers team that isn't just bad in the first place, but is playing without Sharp and Anthony Simons? Yeah, it's a little bit depressing, but I think everything's going to be okay. Comment down below what you guys think. Do you think the Sacramento Kings are going to pick things up, or is this a sign for what we're going to see for the rest of the season? Let me know, like I said, down in the comments below. I read and respond to everyone. While you're down there, if you guys can like and subscribe as well, it would help out a ton. The season is starting up, which means I am locked the fuck in on uploading these YouTube videos for you guys, so I would appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Later.